Please note that in this recording, some of the questions may be inaudible, but the Master's answers are audible and clear.
I'm not followed, myself. Have you understood the question?
If a satsangi commits a serious sin, does he lose his spiritual wealth?
Naturally, he has to pay for all the karmas, whatever one does. If he commits any sin, he has to account for that. So if he has a credit to his balance, it will be registered from that. If he has no balance, he has to pay through it. But every action must be paid. Yes?
Master, last night we were talking about hurting other people's feelings. Well, I was wondering, in the dog-eat-dog world, like outside of the Dara, a lot of times when you're kind and good and loving to people, they take advantage of you, your good nature. And a lot of times, like my feelings get hurt because I'm kind to them.
But why should you go out of the Dera boundary?
But I mean,
That is why,
later on.
you see, You mean you are exploited here or outside in your country?
Outside the country.
In your country. You see, as I have said so many times, Dera is not made of brick and mortar. It is the atmosphere which we build by love and devotion, by meditation. And we have to take that atmosphere with us. And we have to live in that atmosphere. We have to build our own spiritual treasure in that atmosphere. You see? And you have to build your own Dera within yourself.
So you're saying like the more we meditate, the less our feelings will get hurt if we're kind to others and they take advantage of us.
You see, we have to naturally protect ourselves. Sometimes the demands are very unreasonable and we can't go on acceding to it. But we can lovingly walk out of them. That doesn't mean that every request has to be accepted. We have to see which is worth accepting. But first we have to protect our own self. But we shouldn't go out of the way to hurt anybody unnecessarily. And we have to build our own atmosphere, wherever we may be, that we are not affected by the outside pulls. Otherwise, we can't take protection always in a fort, particular fort. We have to carry our fort with us. Yes?
Could you please talk to us about the relations and the communication between the inner master and the visible form of the master?
From what point of view?
What relations are there between them and how do they communicate with each other?
You see, that is Master's job, how he communicates with himself. You see? As far as the disciple is concerned, for him, the presence of the physical master is required in order to be in touch with the inner master within, in order to come to that level of consciousness where he can be with his own master forever. And that communication is a different angle, different language. This outside communication is of a different language. We always speak the language of that level where we are. If we are on a physical level, we speak the physical language. If we are on that level, we speak that language. Our real master, as I explain every time, is Shabad and Naam, which is within every one of us. We need only the company and the necessity of the outside guidance so that we may go to that level where we can always remain with our master within. And that is the necessity of it. We will read today from Kabir on love. Couple of days somebody asked, you see, and I promised. So we read today, you see, on love from Kabir. Yes, you asked me to do it. Yes. Yes. No.
And yesterday evening, you spoke about love and how it should be expressed with a pen or a tongue. But what kept within the heart, so to speak, I'm not quoting you, that's what I got from what you said. But were it not the people or mystics like Kabir who used the pen to express the strange feeling for love, what would they have inspired us towards that divine love?
You see, they have expressed love for the Father through the pen so that we may take advantage of it. It may inspire us to yearn for that type of love. No, I mean say that in expressing for each other. Love definitely, love brought in words loses depth. Love is something which heart feels, which heart expresses, not what the word matters. Word can express the right feeling also, but words can also deceive us. There may be nothing in our heart, and yet we may be professing love through pen and through tongue. But the real feeling should come from the heart. Heart should speak. Pardon? No, it may not come from that. It can come from intellect. Every jewelry is not real jewelry. Sometimes there are cosmetic jewelries. Just mere saying, I love you, you don't really have that feeling. Even if you don't say that, but your heart expresses, heart feels, that is real love.
You once told me in a letter that I was too imaginative. I wanted to ask you, and from this viewpoint, the disciple's viewpoint of their relationship with the Master, is that mostly imagination at this point?
I don't know what your reference to which I have written. You see, letters are always acknowledged with reference to the letter I received. You can't pick up a line and ask a question.
No, I mean in general. The relationship, from a disciple's viewpoint, the relationship with the Master,
Yes.
is that mostly imagination until they see the inner Master?
What is your concept of imagination?
Well,
Then what is the problem? Yes.
My wife was wondering, back in the States, if there's anything that could be changed in Journey of the Soul that would allow that book to be released again, because it's such a good book for children.
Which is that book, Journey of the Soul?
It's the big one with the beautiful illustrations done by the woman in California. Children's book.
I mean, that book which was written for children.
Yes, it's a hardbound, and it's about this big.
I think your wife is quite grown up now. She doesn't need to read a children's book. She should face the age. Why does she want to read a children's book?
Oh, we have children, and they love that book.
You see, the only problem in that book was, I didn't want to condition the mind of children for personality cult. So that is why I just forbade its printing. I don't want to condition their mind. They must grow to understand what they have to follow. If there had been general teaching, general truth, without my picture or such illustration, then it is a different thing. Otherwise, it's not fair to condition children's mind. Teaching is something different. To propagate a personality cult is something very different.
I have one son, when he sees your picture, he always says, Master. The other son, when he sees your picture, he always roars.
Yes, please.
Master, could you speak to us of the time of elixir?
Time of?
The time of elixir, could you speak to us of it?
Time of next year? Elixir?
3 a.m.
What is that? Oh, morning time. I didn't understand your pronunciation. You see, as you all know, every time is good for meditation. There's no particular time for meditation. But morning time has certain advantages over other timings for meditation. Because in the morning when we get up, we are absolutely fresh. And we have forgotten all the ups and downs of the last day. Our mind is not much scattered. Then children are also sleeping in the house. And you don't expect any knock from a friend, neither a telephone early in the morning. Neither there is hustle and bustle in the roads. So then when we are going to start a day, why not start in the name of the Father? So that the atmosphere of bliss and happiness that we built in meditation, we live in that to face the whole day. That is the only advantage to sit in meditation in the morning hours. If you don't get time in the morning, you can make use of any time which suits you. There is no particular time for meditation. Every time is good for meditation. There is no bad time for meditation. But this morning time definitely has some advantage.
Is it true that the Lord's grace is most abundant between 3 and 6?
It is abundant because you are more receptive in the morning. Lord grace is always there. But we are more receptive to receive that grace because our mind is not scattered and our mind is composed. We have forgotten all the ups and downs of the last day, as I've just explained to you all these advantages. So we are more receptive in the morning. Lord grace is always there. It is the same, whether at night, whether in the morning, whether at day.
It never goes up or down.
No, grace is always there. Yes. Please, ask any number of them.
You said the mind is a good servant, but a bad master. So if I am the servant of a bad master, I hope you will come to my aid. The teachings of St. Matt say that God is one. And Christ referred to God as Father and said, I and my Father are one. What about the heart? There is evidence all around us on this earth of male and female. The Bible says that God created man in his own image. Male and female created through them. Would you speak about that?
You mean to say that there is no female partner of God? God is neither male nor female. God has no sex. And no soul has any sex. When we come to the flesh, then we differentiate male and a female. Otherwise, soul has no sex at all. So God has no sex at all. Many spiritual schools call God mother. In India, there are many things, you see schools, spiritual schools, they refer to the father as mother. And we refer, you see Christian refer him as father. The main thing is the relationship of the soul of the father is that of love. And by these different relations, we are trying to express that love, that bond. Neither he is father, nor he is brother, nor he is mother. He is God. So, but since it's the relationship of love, and this relationship can only be explained by the worldly examples, so some and many mistakes have referred him as husband, soul as wife. Christ says father, soul is son, and Ramakrishna may says mother and the child. So these different relationships is just to express the love of the soul for the Father, for the God, nothing else. So this question of God having a male sex or female sex doesn't arise. You follow?
The second part of my question, which relates to wisdom and love, that the divine attributes, are these not dual, and are they not complementary to one another?
You mean the wisdom and love?
Are wisdom and love not complementary to each other and perfect also?
Well, I don't know what is your concept of wisdom. If by wisdom we mean to use our intellect to be one with the Father, then it is the same thing. If by wisdom you mean the scientific modern civilization inventions, then they may be contradictory to that love for the Father.
Is there not thinking and feeling, without thinking and feeling? Does that not exist also on all levels?
You see, when we are filled with love and devotion for the Father, we get the real wisdom within us. When the mind is in pursuit of the Father, then we get the real intellect, real intelligence, real wisdom. When mind is running to the senses and is taking us away from the Father and inventing such things as to destroy His creation, then from Father's point of view, we are not men of wisdom. We are not men of wisdom. Because this is destroying his creation, not loving His creation. So we have our own concept of wisdom. What is the right wisdom? They are also called themselves very men of wisdom who have invented these bombs and fighters and tanks and guns, and so much destruction is going on. They are also known, they also get these Nobel Prizes and all these awards for most intellectual people. But from his point of view, they're not men of wisdom. A simple person who sees the Lord in everyone, in every human, in every part of His creation, he is a man of wisdom. Howsoever illiterate he may be, ignorant from the worldly point of view he may be, he has the real wisdom. You follow my point?
I do, and I don't fully understand. Are you saying that wisdom and love are one?
You see, now again your concept of love I don't know. If by love you mean the love of the Father, then of course we are really men of wisdom. If we are filled with love for the Father, we are really men of real wisdom. If by love you mean the passions of the world, then we are not men of wisdom. You see, love, when emotions, it pulls us to the level of the Father. When passion, it pulls us to the level of the creation. Now, these love and wisdom have our own concept. We use it from the worldly point of view, or we use it from the Father's point of view. As Christ said, that I have come to make people blind who see and give them eyes who are blind. Now this seeing and blind has our own concept. He's not referring to the worldly seeing. He says, who only see the Word and do not see the Father, I have come to make them blind, so that they may detach themselves from the creation. And I have come to give them eyes who just see the Word and do not see the Father, are blind to the Father. I want to give them eyes to see the Father. Now, this seeing and blindness have our own concept now. He's not talking from the worldly point of view. He's talking from his point of view. So similarly, this word love and wisdom which we use, we have to think from what point of view we are talking. Yes.
How do we become simple in the worldly world?
How do we become simple?
Yeah.
Well, it's our own concept. What is simplicity? Simple in thought, simple in living. This is our own concept. It is a comparative word, you see. Yes.
We are told that when they saw Maria's back in the ocean, he becomes part and parcel of that ocean. He becomes one with the Father. How come then that after Master has left this physical plane, he again come back here to the human station? And this is good, yes.
Well, brother, you have so many sticks of wood. You burn those sticks. When the fire comes from all these sticks, you put all these sticks together, there will be one fire. You will never be able to differentiate this fire belongs to this piece of stick or this fire belongs to this piece of wood. You can't. It's one wood. It's one fire. Yet all the same, it's coming from different sticks, different pieces of wood. If this can happen, why not there? You follow my point? You see every day these woods burning. It's all big one flame which you see. And you can't differentiate, you see, from one fire to another fire, to which wood it belongs. So similarly, we cannot, when they are in the sea, we cannot, pin them down. But when they are out of sea, again you can pin them down. You take out any wood from the fire, you will know that fire is separate. Pardon? We hear far?
Is it true that in your case you have been here before others?
No, I'm not talking about any case at all. I'm just explaining you the philosophy.
There's a letter to Babaji Maharaj said the great master that Tahuri is his name. Tahuri is talking about, the great master wanting to merge with the Lord, and he said you need to, beg to the Lord and lay down his Lord. And Tahuri is his hand. Do you think in our worldly life too, as disciples and following the path, that hurrying is satanic?
You see, actually, what Great Master meant was, we are in a great hurry to go back to the Father. We sit with a lot of excitement in meditation. That is, we are going to achieve everything within a month or two. We are in a hurry to achieve everything. And then mind doesn't get anything. It sits in with such excitement. Then frustration starts coming in. Then we leave the path. So it becomes standing. What he means to say that you should sit in meditation absolutely with a relaxed mind. And you do your duty. When His grace comes, it comes. He's more anxious to shower His grace than you. But you don't hurry. Sit with excitement, tension. You sit with absolutely a relaxed mind. And then His grace is bound to be there. That is what he is referring to, the particular point he is trying to explain. Yes, yes.
Raji, it seems that here, even here today, are some people who push and they shout and they step on others to get faster service. People who are bold and who happen to wear fine clothing get preferential treatment. And meekness, patience, and consideration for others seems to go unnoticed.
Is it same in the guest house?
There seems to be evidence.
Then,
It doesn't seem to be keeping with some.
you see, we have only three activities in satsang. One is satsang, one is langar, one is seva. And there's no differentiation with anything in that. Everybody sits and hear it. Everybody is most welcome to go to langar to feed himself. Everybody is most welcome to do the seva. We have only three activities where we don't like to differentiate for anybody. And all little other small activities are just allied activities. And in initiation, you know, everybody comes to the same hall or being initiated all together. There's no different initiation for one person, group of person, another initiation for another group of person. They all have to come to the same place and attend the same initiation. There's no separate initiation for anybody. And these are our only main activities. And rest we have to manage this institution. There are so many things we have to do. Without discipline, nothing can happen. Nothing can be carried out. So naturally there are some people will be helm of the affairs to discipline people, to organize for them, to do something for them. Some are visitors, some are spectators. Some have to rule, some have to be ruled, just to keep the organization going on. There's no question of, in meditation point of view or satsang point of view, there's no difference.
There's a lineup somewhere. Some people always come and push themselves in front, and the Sevadars seem to.
Because you see, they have come from the different countries, from far distances. They get very rare opportunity. And for other people, I am always there. And they get so many opportunity to come to me. So naturally, some sort of organization has to be done. A man who has come from Spain or Holland or some other countries for 9 days or 10 days, if he has to stand in queue, he will never get time. And other people which you see, which you think they are being deprived, they find me every day in the colony here. I sit for them, I meet them. And even if I give time to some people and sit every day, they'll come, same people will come again and again, again and again. They will never organize. I've seen it. Same set of people will come every day, everywhere. So how would you arrange it?
Does every Sevadar act of your will.
See, there's some sort of organization has to be to control them. Has to be there. Without that, nothing can be organized. That is why you find this colony so organized. You don't find even a piece of paper on the road. They keep it so neat and clean. Because some sort of organization is required. So many people are being fed every day. Some organization is required to prepare their food, to serve them, to store them, to take care of the utensils. Without organization, how can it go? And if every worker wants that I should get this seva, he can't get it. There'll be confusion. So some sort of discrimination in allotting seva and allotting duties has to be done. We only know the problem when we have to face ourselves. When we are in it and with the problem. I tour all through India, I go to so many centers, just to give an opportunity to those people, local people there, to meet them, nothing else. Otherwise, they hear my tape, they read the same satsangs. I have nothing new to say every time. There's only few, 3-4 things which I repeat practically every day. That you all hear every day, same thing. But it is just giving an opportunity to going to their far distant lands, just to be nearer to them, to close to them, to meet them, to know them. But still some sort of organization has to be done to make all those arrangements. Yes.
Pastor, would you speak to us about Maya and her position in the creation?
Maya means illusion, which is perishable, which looks real but which has no reality. That is Maya. Oh, it very much exists. We see it every day. This whole creation is nothing but illusion. It will perish. We think, that is why we are attached to it, we think this is the end all and be all of everything, of our human life. But it is no reality, it's perishable. So we call it Maya. And which is real that we don't see. The pity is which is real and which exists, which belongs to us, to whom we can belong, that we don't see. Which is perishable, which will not last with us, which has betrayed everyone, that looks real to us.
Maya is referred to sometimes as the wife of God.
No. I don't know. I have not read anywhere. It's not a wife of call, you see. I wonder then there should be children also. Yes.
Master, as a parent, I hope that my children will understand the teaching and benefit from it. Yet I feel that you don't want us to push or shove the teachings or anything like that towards our children.
No, you have not followed my point. You can part the teaching to them. You can explain the spiritual truth to the children. But I don't want to make them conscious of a personality cult. Teaching is something different than to make people slave of some personality cult. In that book, there were nothing but my pictures. And so that is why I objected to it. You give the teaching, pure simple teaching. I mean, every parents teach their children there is a God and we should speak the truth. And we should not try to hurt anybody, or we should be noble, good, and all that. You see, those spiritual truths should be shared with the children. We should. We should create that spiritual atmosphere in the house. Then let them grow and be mature and make their own decision. Why tie them to a particular personality? Tie them to the teaching. Yes.
Well, if a license from child is attracted to your form anyway, like you have your photograph, living, is that still making them attractive? Is that still the personality?
You see, children are bound to be influenced by the parents. But when you print books, it goes to every child, those who haven't even seen, those who haven't even met. Even those parents are not even satsangis. So it is in a very bad taste to print such books.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I think it just made me think, my own daughter might have a photograph of you in her bedroom, she just finds it interesting.
Children are bound to be influenced by the parents. Well, what can I say, all right or no all right, but it is bound to happen. Yes.
On the same line, I had a question about children, whether it was appropriate to have children satsang or meetings where the children, older children, are actually learning the teachings of the mystics and saints. Is it appropriate to do that?
As much as they can digest. Don't put too much force on them. General spiritual truths must be told to the children. It is the duty of the parents. It is the duty of every parent to bring up a child in a spiritual atmosphere. And what that spiritual atmosphere is, that is for the parents to decide. Yes.
If a child wants to meditate, what instructions should be given to the child?
How would you meditate when he doesn't know what is meditation?
He sees you do it and wants to do it. What instructions do you give?
Well, I say the more than meditation, a spiritual atmosphere is more essential for the child. Spiritual atmosphere in the home is more essential for the child than his meditation. Without that spiritual atmosphere in the home, meditation is meaningless.
Yes. Master answers, he would said to someone in answer to a question, that in India our children learn to obey without questioning why, because that submission is good for later on in their life. So, is this something that we should try to do with our children? Try to teach them to obey, unquestioning their parents, their elders.
Well, naturally, you see, children's mind is always questioning. And we must come to their level to satisfy their questioning, instinct. And we should try to give them the right answer, loving answer. We should try to explain them. That is the duty of the parents. And children also should try to obey their parents. It's very essential. Obedience must be in the children. But if there is an inquiry or a question by the child, parents must explain the child lovingly, not put him off. You see, parents are always hero for a child. Now, what type of hero we project ourselves to them, that's for us to see. Whether it is a broken home or whether it is drugs in the house or drinks in the house and all sorts of vices in the house, that is for us to project to them. But children definitely look to parents as heroes. Yeah.
I said, would you tell me what is faith? If one has not got it, or does not know if one has got it, how does one acquire it?
What is that?
What is, would you tell me what is faith?
Faith.
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 Faith, and if one has not got it, how does one acquire it?
Well, brother, faith just comes by His grace. We can't acquire it. We may think that we have acquired faith, but actually it is given by Him. When He pulls us from within, then only we start worshipping Him, thinking about Him. Now, when He wants us to put on a certain path, He helps us from within to satisfy our intellect. And satisfaction of the intellect will give you faith. And faith will give you practice. Without the satisfaction of the intellect, there can be no faith. You can't brush aside your intellect and say that I have built faith. Again, intellect will jump in the way with more force, more vigor. So it's always better to satisfy your intellect. Either we should be fortunate enough not to be intellectual at all, which is very difficult at this age, in this age. Or we must satisfy our intellect. Even if our whole life is spent, it is not time lost, it is time gained. We are building on a rock. We are not building on a sand. Satisfaction of the intellect will automatically give you faith. Then intellect doesn't bother you. Then faith takes its place. And when you have that, been able to get that faith, then automatically you will practice. I give you a little example. You want to go from Bias to Delhi by car. You've never been to Delhi. You've never been on that road. And now, before you start, you see your road map. You take 3-4 evidences from the passerby, where this road leads to, how long is the distance, what type of a road is there. And all sorts of inquiry you make before you make a start. Now you have satisfied your intellect that this road will take you to Delhi. You've never been on that road, you've never been to Delhi. Now faith is driving. You see, faith which you have is forcing you to drive, and driving is practice. First you started with your intellect, then faith took place. After the faith, the driving starts. And driving will take you to Delhi. On that unknown road, unknown destination. Because you have satisfied your intellect, you have been able to build your faith, and that led you to practice driving. So this is what happens on the path. We must satisfy our intellect, no matter how much time it takes, no matter how many questions we have, no matter how much we have to make a research in it. Then it will not bother you. Your intellect will not bother you. Automatically faith will take its place. And then you will feel more and more the pull within, which forces you to drive. Yes? Well, brother, attachment will create detachment. When we are attached to that divine melody within, which has better player than the sensual players, that attachment will automatically create detachment in you from the senses. Only attachment can create detachment. Yes.
Well, I was wondering about the sound and light within. Okay, some people hear sound, for some people see the light or have those inner experience. At what point does these two meet? Like that it's just one.
Sister, you see sometime thundering of the clouds in the sky, and then light comes. Isn't the one? Lightning you have seen so many times at night. Then you hear the thundering of the clouds. It comes from one source. There are not two sources at all. So similarly, that sound and light is same, one source. And some people make a start with the help of light, some people make a start with the help of sound. In the initial stages. Ultimately, both have to go together.
Okay, but say like with the sound, you said it was, you're hearing echoes of the, real sound. And say when you turn inside and see the light, you might just see, echoes of the light. And
Yes.
I was wondering when those two points-
You just be in that light and try to hear the echo. It will improve.
It just seems like echoes. But I guess it will get way more, and more together.
You don't worry to bring them together. They will automatically, see, it is actually one source. They will automatically take you to the same source. You just be in the light because your faculty to visualize has to be occupied by seeing the light. Your faculty to hear has to be occupied by hearing the sound. So both faculties will pin your attention to a particular point. It will automatically pull you. You don't have to do anything. It automatically pulls you.
Well, I was just wondering at what point then would you stop saying Simran? At what point do you know that you're totally...
Simran, sister, goes a long way. Till third stage. You definitely cannot brush aside Simran in the earlier stages especially. You can lessen the time to Simran, but still you need the help of concentration.
But when do you know when to stop?
Automatically you feel that. Automatically you feel that.